Hello. Good morning. Hi, 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 hi. Hello. Sorry, I forgot to loop the music like I usually remember to do. Still setting up the game. I'm not gonna do a just chatting section like I usually do. I'm just gonna hop into it because I don't know, not much to talk about aside from Happy Father's Day. I guess today is Father's Day. But it's almost over, so at least on my little corner of the world, it's almost over. And depending on where you are, it might not be a holiday that you really celebrate, or it might not be a holiday that your culture celebrates. Maybe. I only say this because somebody I was watching earlier was like, it's Father's Day in America, so I never really considered that it might not be Father's Day anywhere else. But even if your culture doesn't celebrate it, Happy Father's Day anyway. And there are some people who might not really have anybody to show their appreciation to on this day, but you can, Happy Father's Day to you, in that case, I would say. Okay. Kingdom Hearts is available on Steam now. I don't know how to feel about it because I've always kind of be interested in Kingdom Hearts. Let's see. This is 1, 2, and 3. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix. 2.8 final chapter prologue. That's a lot of words. They put the Three Musketeers in here? Oh my god, I love that movie. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. That's so silly. So silly. Do all of these 3 games today, is like that all of the lore? Because I've had Kingdom Hearts games before, but I had I think the one that I had, I can't remember the name of it, and I don't even know where I got it from, because it was like really random. Like, I think I just found it somewhere. I'm so sure that I just found it somewhere. Oh, actually, I forgot something I wanted to do. Let me see if I can do this today. Oh, I remember I had a game that it had something, it was very, like, code kind of heavy. Oh, okay. It was kind of like decoding the memories of somebody. I think, I really can't remember. I can't remember. Can't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna look it up, actually. I was adjusting something. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. All games, every single one of them. Coded? Is it this one? Let me see. I want to see if there's like gameplay of it or something. Help me. Kingdom Hearts coded. Copy. Paste. But I feel like you were going through like bugs and stuff. Or something. There was like this one like side-scrolling thing that I was kind of stuck on. Yeah. This looks a little familiar. Only a little bit though, so I'm not really sure. Cause I don't remember if these like weird black and red cubes were like exclusive to that game, or if they were in other games as well. The other game I had was Dream Drop Distance, which I remember that fairly well. Oh, they came out like right next to each other. That one was the Nintendo 3DS game. And I remember because I had the like it was definitely built for Nintendo 3DS, because it had the silly thing. It had the 3D effect to it, that you could turn on and off. But I didn't get really far in either of those games, so I still don't really know what Kingdom Hearts is about. And then I've also actually played it on a different, there was something else that I played where I remember specifically there was a Lion King section. And I remember it. I was playing on my cousin's DS. I don't know if I had a DS at the time or if I just couldn't bring mine, but I remember every time I went over, like, whenever we were kind of like spending time with our cousins, or those cousins in particular, we would kind of just, or I would kind of just play games on their stuff. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta play. It's time to play the game. There we go. Music's still playing. We're gonna turn it off. Goodbye, music. It's returning time. Actually, what I should have been doing, instead of talking about something that nobody cares about, well, actually, not nobody, I care. Something that isn't relevant. That's the way to put it. I should have been recapping what happened in the last episode, and we're gonna do that anyways. Maybe. To summarize, okay, so we have Lana something, I forgot her name. She murdered a guy in the parking lot, right? The parking lot, actually, let's see. Rise from the ashes. Trial ladder. Load save data, yes. I'm gonna review the evidence and then we're gonna go over that together. Let's see. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? That's the first thing we're gonna go over the court record. Okay. Floor plan. Yes. Actually, back. Okay, so this is Miss Star, I believe, maybe? Is this Miss Star? Oh, no, this is Sky. Okay, so we have Lana Sky. She is the defendant. She's the person that we are defending. She committed murder. She murdered some guy and stuffed him in the back of Mr. Edwards' trunk. What we have so far is a testimony from Miss Star, so basically the murder happened like right here. This is Edward's car right here, if you can see my mouse, which I know that it kind of blends in with the background, but hopefully you can see it. So this is Mr. Edward's car, and Miss Sky, she was committing murder and stuffing in the back of the trunk over here, and then our witness claimed to be standing about here when she witnessed all of that happen. She said that she saw the stabbing, she saw I don't know, she saw the stabbing, she took pictures. She immediately like went over the fence and went to arrest her, but while that whole like running over the fence and all that jazz was happening, Miss Sky, she went to make a phone call over at this telephone, but it didn't work, so she did it on her personal phone, and then she like ran over here, kicked some oil drums which had water in them, bada bing, you know, whatever. But we deduced that Miss Star could not have seen all of that stuff happen from here. Especially, it would have also taken a while. Like, it's kind of unrealistic for her to have climbed over this fence. Just a little unrealistic, not too unrealistic, but it's a little like strange. Especially when it came to her using like the telephone and stuff. Like if Sky immediately ran over here to use the telephone and stuff, Miss Star would not have seen her at all while she was like over here and making her way to the other side of the fence and stuff. She would not have seen it. But since she mentioned that her boyfriend that she was delivering lunch to was a security guard, we deduced that she was in the security room because she mentioned that you can see everything from here. So she saw the murder, she saw the whole running to the cell phone thing, she saw the kicking the oil drums and all that stuff from the security room, or at least she saw like the telephone and the murder and all that jazz from the security room. And what she did is that she ran from the security room. She tried to go through this door, which it doesn't really show that there's a door here, but it's a little like thinner than the wall, you know. She tried to come in through this door. It didn't work, so she had to run the other way around, which led her to parking lot B. She came out of this door over here, and then she came over, and then she climbed the fence, and then she went to arrest Miss Sky. So that's a lot of time between the murder and the arrest which which is telling us that actually I think what Phoenix pointed out is that Miss Sky or a murderer would have fled the scene at some point during this 5 minutes, especially if she knew that she was gonna get arrested, because you know Miss Star was obviously going to arrest her at some point, you know? Like, there's no way that she snuck up to her. There's no way. So that's that. I don't think, like, we were just kind of trying to prove that, I think Miss Star was trying to prove that she saw the murder, and it was definitely Miss Sky. And we did not disprove that, you know, Miss Sky did the murder, but we did try to at least point out that Miss Star was indeed, like, lying about something. Which kind of makes her testimony, like the fact that she lied at all, makes her testimony fall apart, and we can't really trust her, you know? Aside from that, she also kept mentioning a muffler, because she was really insistent on that whole muffler thing. And she showed us a picture, I believe she showed us a couple of pictures, but one of the pictures showed that there was something sticking out of Edward's muffler. So we're gonna investigate that. That's kind of as far as I have. That's the play-by-play. We do have some pieces of evidence, like the knife that was used, which I know, like, obviously that's the murder weapon. The phone that Lana used as well, we have that on our person. We have the autopsy report, which mentions that it was one knife wound. He died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. and a smidgen of other information, but yeah. We have a photo. I thought we had 2 photos actually, because there was another one having to do with the victim's shoe, I thought. But she also showed us the shoe, which that belonged to the guy who got stabbed. It shows that I think he stepped in blood, and that blood dripped onto his shoe. Which I don't remember what we gold coded from that. I think it was just weird. I have no idea. He stepped in his own blood, I think. I think he stepped in his own blood, and then he like Lana's blood from like her hand, because she has a wound on her hand, dripped onto the top of his shoe. But I don't really know what that has to. I don't really know what the shoe has to do with it. I have no idea. Hopefully we kind of re-review everything and stuff. Hopefully I don't have to just make things up. I really don't know what the shoe has to do with it, or what some of this other pieces of evidence have to do with it. Hopefully I don't fall asleep that time. This time. This is what I'm hoping for. Okay. Mr. Right. Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? Yeah. Yeah. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh lord. Hola, partner. Him and his special music, I love him. Wait, no I don't. But I love his music, I really do. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look-see at how this trial is going. Looks like I'm late. They've got a home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just be all? I've seen the red breeze blown at her slender neck many a time. I'm fighting for my life here, jeez. I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edward's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, this star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, mister, right? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. I don't know how to make the sound that he said. It's in there, though. February 23rd. 12:32 p.m. District Court, Courtroom 9. Okay, we are back in the courtroom. And we are going to resume the case. Not really knowing where this is going. We just barely escaped that lady's testimony. And I don't know what's gonna happen next. Okay. I like to resume What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Edgeworth? Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Me too, died. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. Okay, Edgeworth. This is unacceptable. What is unacceptable? What are you talking about? It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock. Who's there? Who is that? You're just a new character out of nowhere. What's with this guy? I like his music though. A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. This is not strange and stuffy. This guy is silly. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. He's just staring. Oh. Sorry I'm late, G. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, G. How have you been? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy schmizzy, Edgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Edgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Rido, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? No, I don't. Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. I've never met him. And why does he keep just staring at me? Name's Gant. Damn Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, this guy really was wearing that muffler. But to think it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. He just stares. And what's that? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. Oh, what's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document. It says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that the signature... Oh, there's no mistaking that signature. Is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch in. If I cut my finger, Mister, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Oh. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, they're playing the game for me. H and what? Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Oh no. Oh no, they're telling me. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could you testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife. Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. That was a whole lot of nothing. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Edgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second, you said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. So 2 detectives died? Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the police department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. So, what are we gonna... Okay. So, we had Edgar's knife. Actually, not Edgar's knife. We need to focus on the new information at least. So, we have a new weapon. A new murder weapon. Small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Oh, okay. I'll check the court record again. And I think our only clue is the fact that this already has blood on it. Yeah, it already has blood on it, and it being a switchblade and like the whole hint of like, oh, but what if I cut myself when trying to open it? It might have been, she might have been trying to open it and then she cut her hand on it. But it looks like this was already evidence that was submitted previously. So that's something. And then we were just given a hint to check the case record again if we can. Wait, 675 12 2. No, SL92. That's what we're looking for. SL92. 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 Is there a way that I can check the court record? Or I guess I am checking the court record. SL92. I guess we'll have to see. The knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. we're gonna... I feel like I want to press carefully, because it's always, you know, you want to press everything and see if you can get more information. We won't get penalized for pressing, so it wouldn't hurt to just press every statement. But I am afraid that they're gonna be like, oh, you can't. But I think it will be fine. We'll press every statement just in case. Oh, is it gonna penalize me? Excuse me. Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chef was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped up in something, a muffler. Oh, actually, let me see if the muffler was added to evidence. I don't think it was. Yeah, this was wrapped in the defendant's muffler. So I think if there's any connection, that it would be the shoe, because she cut herself on it. Or she might have cut herself on it, which is why she had it? Or something? I don't know. That's the coat. She took off the muffler. Her glove isn't ripped, but you know, whatever. So I don't think we're gonna get penalized. So we're gonna press everything. Yeah. The knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the police department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting a piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. King of prosecutors. That's the knife. That is the parking ticket for parking ticket for Edgeware's work of art designed by Gumshoe. But it said something that's had me stumped this whole time. I wonder what happened to the trophy, but I don't know if that's relevant. Maybe the deceased time and date of death. Yeah, nothing here. 675. Wait. 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 I have a pencil, don't I? I do. 6-7. Hold on. Oh, wait. It's upside down. It says 6-7S. It's the same thing as the note that's on his car. Oh. So if you turn it upside down, then it says the same thing, the SL9 thing. Oh my god. See, this is what happens when I wake up. I know we said we were gonna press everything, but... Wait a second. Ah, at last. A good, honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest to goodness, what do you mean? From Aji. This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12 2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? SL9 221. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. It's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order. Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Oh. Let's press this. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you said. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So the knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there's a connection here. There isn't a connection here. It was a bad day for the police department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. Okay, so we're gonna have to find more ways to link it. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there. You got a good look in your eyes there, Rido, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Rido? I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Maybe not when the victim died. I want to know where the victim was found. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What's gonna give us more information? Because what we're looking for is a way to connect it to this case. Because 9 times out of 10, it seems like it was committed by the same person. Or maybe not the same person, but someone who was connected to this. Goodman was investigating this case. The murder weapon usually is like the least of our troubles and stuff. What a cell phone. What time the victim died isn't really real, but I think where he was found might be good. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse is found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was in the evidence. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? And they were both detectives. Instance. This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of it to happen. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Out with it. Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tab. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. He just stares into your soul. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all. Can we get the information unofficially? He's thinking about it. Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Pretty sure that's not how it works, but okay. Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Oh. So I have to keep pressing him? If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of them. Victim's division, victim's ID number. We'll try division? Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide. That would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. But that knife, what was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Well, so what do I do now? Do I just press him? Oh, maybe we can press him again on the last thing. We'll press him on this again and see how that goes. So this knife was stolen. It was stolen on the day of the murder. Evidence. It must have been a murder weapon, yes. But it's evidence from a different case. Okay. So I guess we'll just ask him more questions. I think that's what we have to do. Okay, victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't be able to tell me. You won't tell me their name after all. Keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... I'm gonna write it down. 5842189. Let's check. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure Charlie will say something about what? 5842189. What? Their ID numbers are the same. What? Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? It does. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you? Well, I'm just gonna present the other one because it's the same thing. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Rido. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. It started with 828, did not. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical, in other words. The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time. And in a completely different location. Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins that brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Aw, poor guy. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. I would say he was probably just distracted and nervous. In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Objection! But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say unworthy? Okay, this guy's the murderer. What? Now that was the second rule of... Wait. Now what was the second rule of evidence law? What was the right? Huh? Oh, well, it's rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No. Oh, poor Edgeworth. He's not even as bad as he was before. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time with me, but with all those rumors. What rumors? Oh, wait, he's talking about Edgeworth. Yeah. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do, you better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Or Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh. We finished this part in under 2 hours. I don't think we're gonna do an investigation today. We're gonna do the investigation next week. And then we're probably gonna do the court date thing the week afterwards. Cause I have work tomorrow. I should go to bed as early as possible. And plus, it's not gonna hurt to have like a short stream. It's not gonna hurt to have something that's less than 3 hours. It definitely won't hurt. Let me chat a little bit. This is starting soon, middle. This one. We are chatting. Switch the scene, transaction, turn up the music. Okay. Actually, let me check something. I thought people were playing Dead by Daylight. There might be people playing Dead by Daylight. So that went a lot better than the last one did. Definitely a lot better than the last one did. I'm happy I have a lot more energy today. I think one of the downsides, since I work a part-time job, so I don't get like 40-hour work weeks, you know, which I'd have to remember. 40-hour work week divided by 5. 40 divided by 5, because yeah, 40. Yeah, so 8-hour days every day. I don't usually work 8 hours every single day, or but today Um, or at least on Sundays, I consistently work sort of like 8 hours on Sunday. Because I don't know, I get the same hours every Sunday. And I do, like, it's a retail, hospitality industry type job. So I do spend a lot of my day like talking to people, and I spend the whole day talking to people. It's very exhausting for me personally, as someone who doesn't like talking to people. So on some Sundays, probably on the last one, actually I don't even think I streamed on Sunday, so I don't even have an excuse at that point. But I was very sleepy, very tired, very kind of exhausted and stuff. But I feel like today, because even though I'm supposed to be talking to people all day, I just kind of chose not to. Or not chose not to, but I kind of went a little easy on myself in terms of what I was doing and stuff. I feel like I was able to survive this stream a lot better. I shouldn't say survive, but I was able to like be more present, be more conscious this stream, because I wasn't as I didn't drain myself as quickly from my job, which is nice. It might be like partially that, but also like maybe I'm just getting used to things. Maybe I've been taking care of myself recently. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just happy that I didn't fall asleep. And I was actually like I was on it. Like last week was kind of a little bit embarrassing in terms of like how well I was doing everything, especially given that I actually thought I was like mildly I thought I was kind of good at those kinds of games, just a little bit, because I feel like I have my head on pretty I feel like I have my head screwed on pretty tightly, you know, when it comes to those kinds of games. But last week I was fumbling so hard. I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I was so confused. But today, I was on it. I kind of killed it for real. So I'm very happy. Hopefully next week it sounds like it's going to be mostly finding clues and stuff. So hopefully I know those are usually where I get confused, cause I'm like, I don't know. Cause you're always like missing something with that one. You're always missing something. So it gets a little like, cause you can't move forward until you find anything. There's no fail state. So it's kind of like, I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what vital piece of evidence I'm missing, because it's something that kind of like doesn't stand out. Or also there are like story beats, I think, actually, to it. I don't know. I do know. Just hopefully next week goes also goes smoothly. Hopefully I'm also kind of like on it in terms of the puzzles and stuff. But if not, it's no sweat. It's absolutely no sweat. I don't really have anything else to talk about, because I mean, I think usually I'm like, oh, updates, and what to look forward to and stuff. I got nothing. There's nothing. At least nothing that I can really announce now. Nothing that really matters too much or that's gonna change anything. So I will say that I look forward to next week. Appreciate you being here and spending this time with me. I hope it was enjoyable to any extent, and I hope that I get better and continue to improve. And this whole, well, I think for Ace Attorney, something that I really want to get better at is, like, I don't really care much about, like, doing voices and voice acting and stuff. That isn't something that I value in the Ace Attorney streams, and something I have to remind myself is that it's okay to do things my own way, because somebody will appreciate it at some point. I've heard from a Vulgar that there are people, like, I don't remember what I was watching in terms of the stream, but I remember him mentioning that it's like some people don't really, like, it's not really their preference to have the like tons of like voices and a lot of like energetic acting and stuff. So at least that kind of like thought gives me some kind of comfort that, like, it's okay that I'm not like him, you know? Like, I don't have to be the best at like voice acting, that's okay. But I do want to be a little better at reading out loud. I stumble over my words very often, which is okay, you know? It's very human of me. Very human of me to not be that great at reading out loud, especially if I don't have all of the like practice with it and stuff. But I want to keep doing it and get better at it and not stumble over my words so much, or I want to figure out what it is that I need to do in order to make sure that I'm not stumbling over my words. And it might be as simple as reading it, like reading the words on the screen and then reading them out loud first. Or maybe what I'll have to do is like put my finger up to the screen and kind of, or maybe not my finger, but like my cursor. Maybe I should get like a bigger cursor on my computer and then kind of wave it through the words to try to follow it. Okay. I shouldn't force myself. I'm not forcing myself, but it feels like from a perspective other than mine that I'm like, oh, I have to keep talking. I'm not. I'm just distracted. Or not distracted, but I just talk a lot. And things just keep coming up to in my head. And I'm like, oh, there's this thing, you know? Like, it's just my brain working in real time, I promise. Okay. We're going to bed. Thank you again for stopping by. Thank you again for spending time with me. I hope it was fun. I hope that you're interested in Ace Attorney. I think Ace Attorney is a good game. We're gonna talk about how Ace Attorney is a good game some other day, though. Because I gotta sleep. I gotta go to sleep. I should leave the outro, or not the outro, but like the, you know, thank you, goodbye, goodbyes. I should leave that with, what's it called? With this music. Because with this music, when I hear it, like, it's always good for me to have associations. I hear it and I'm like, oh, it's time to go. You know? Kind of like, Vulgar again. Because it's also like he plays like the same music at the end. It's also Uki. Vulgar and Uki, they both play the same like songs at the end, like consistently, I guess. And it's sort of like a really good, like I think they have really good transition points to the end of stream. But for me, I'm still like fumbling around and stuff. But at least if I have like the ending music, then I'm like, I'm in the mood to leave, even though I'm still talking and stuff. You know? But anyways, good night. Thank you again. Good night, good night, good night. Good night.